Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to show you how to make this really cute birthday card. Last week I used the dress up framelits to make a card idea and I loved it so much I thought I'm going to make another card this week to show you as well. So let's get started. My card base is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 very vanilla cardstock. I put it on my Simply Scored and scored at the 4 1/4 mark, and that's going to make the base for my card. The next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of Raspberry Ripple cardstock, and it's going to be a layer on my card. I like to pull in coordinating colors, and so the Raspberry Ripple is one of the colors in the Designer Series paper that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use that as a base on my card. And after the video tutorial is over, hop on over to my blog and I'll have all the measurements there for you. The next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of very vanilla cardstock again, and that's going to be a layer. But here's where I'm going to bring in my Big Shot to create some interest on that layer. First of all, I will get my platform set up on tab 1, bottom standard cutting pad, and then I'd like to introduce to you a brand new set of embossing folders. They're called Needlepoint Border. There's 2 folders inside. One of them is like a cross stitch border and the other one is a scallop edge border, and I'm going to use the scallop edge border for my card. I'm going to open up the folder and I'm going to put the cardstock in. It takes a little bit of manipulation because you want to make sure you're straight on the scallop borders. So I'm going to do a top border, put the top standard cutting pad on, and then run it through. Then I'm going to get it set up to do a bottom border. Just going to open up the folder, put the cardstock back in, and then run it through a second time. And that'll create a really attractive embossed top and bottom border on my card, like so. And then I'm going to adhere it to my card so it's ready for the rest of what I want to add on there to decorate it. Use some snail adhesive. And then I'm going to get it nice and straight on my card. And there we go there. Now I want to add an embellishment. Last week I showed you the dress up framelits and I mentioned at the time that there was a stamp set that went with the framelits, so I'm going to use it this week. It's called All Dressed Up and I'm going to use the dress form. Along with Clear Block E. I don't use this clear block very much, but it's the perfect size for my dress. I have a piece of scrap very vanilla cardstock and my Raspberry Ripple ink, and I'm actually going to ink up the entire dress even though I'm not going to use all of it. I have a piece of scrap grid paper that I'm going to lay down just while I stamp my image, and I'm going to stamp it so that the bottom part of the dress form is not on my very vanilla cardstock. And I'm just doing that to save cardstock. Okay, and now I'm going to close my platform and put it on the very top. I've got my bottom standard cutting pad. And then I'm going to bring in my dress up framelits. I showed you these last week. They're so much fun. And I'm going to use the other framelit, that's the dress framelit, and I'm going to lay it on my card stock so that I just get the dress part on. So there we go. And run it through. And then punch it out of the framelit. And there we have a really cute dress. So let me bring back in my card. Like this. And then last week I introduced to you the Print Poetry Designer Series paper stack. And I'm going to use this piece this week. I really like this paper stack. It's such a good value for your $1. I cut a strip, and what I'd like to do is take that strip and make it into a banner. So I'm just going to take some scissors and cut a little flag end on the Designer Series paper, and then I'm going to adhere that to my card front. There we go. And then I'd like to add my dress that I've already die cut. So I will do that by putting a dimensional at the top and 2 at the bottom. There we go. And remember, push your fingernail into the dimensional and it lifts up one of the sides. And I'm going to just put this on a jaunty little angle like so. And now my card is ready for a phrase. Last week I showed you the That's the Ticket stamp set, and it has a really cute happy birthday image. I do need a birthday card for a friend and a downline member, so I'm going to bring back in the rest of my cardstock that I used to die cut and my Raspberry Ripple ink. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday phrase. Again, I did it upside down, but that doesn't matter because I'm using my Ticket Duo Builder punch to punch out the phrase. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensionals again. What would I ever do without my Stampin' Dimensionals? I'm going to add the punched phrase to the front of my card. Just get it nice and straight. I can use the pattern on the Designer Series paper to make sure that my phrase is nice and straight. And then the last thing I'm going to do is bring in some basic pearl jewels and an older paper piercing tool I have. I'm going to take the tiniest pearl on the pack and put it right at the center of the little bow on the happy birthday phrase to complete my card. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for the cardstock, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, you can look at a lot of other sample ideas I have there. You can place an order for the products I use to make this really cute birthday card. You can ask me a question, or you can subscribe to my free customer newsletters where I send out lots of other ideas each month that you won't see anywhere else. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.